Hey guys, today together with the Warden and the Paunch DLC, the WAAAGH update will be released, and I thought let's check out the update news together. I haven't watched it myself yet.
This update arrives alongside the Warden and the Paunch Lords pack, bringing with it many content revisions, balances, bug fixes, and quality of life improvements to the Eye of the Vortex and Mortal Empires campaigns. Even if you haven't purchased the Warden and the Paunch, Altharion the Grim, Grim the Paunch, and their attendant factions of Yvresse and the Broken Axe tribe will appear in your campaigns under AI control. The big news is the long-awaited Greenskins rework.
Okay, yeah, before we continue this, let's read ourselves actually. Yeah, this automatic update arrives along the Warden and the Paunch, that's what we heard already. There will also be a free legendary lord, I assume, but we will read more later about it. It should be Imrik. Okay, Call to WAAAGH. The old WAAAGH mechanics where a greenskin army would hit peak fightiness and spawn a second AI-controlled companion army are gone for good. A WAAAGH is now a huge, faction-wide event which mirrors those of Legend. Okay, it sounds pretty good, cause the WAAAGH before was quite weak and clunky to handle. I'm not sure about the new WAAAGH though. We will read in a second. But the old WAAAGH, you basically did. I usually did give them a war goal and then they suicided there for basically nothing on the walls. Okay, greenskins now have a faction-wide resource called Reputation. A reputation on greenskins, okay. Reputation is generated by fighting battles. Hard-fought defeats grant more reputation than easy victories. Okay, so even if they lose a battle, they get now reputation. Because back then, if you did lose a fight, you lost fightiness. Reputation does not deteriorate and builds up to a maximum value of 100, okay? From 0 to 100, the reputation meter will affect the faction. The more reputation you get, the more bonuses your faction gets. Oh, sweet, so you get other bonuses beside a WAAAGH army, I guess. Once 100 reputation is reached, a call to WAAAGH can be triggered by the player. Oh, that sounds good. Call to WAAAGH. When the player hits 100 reputation, okay, a WAAAGH button becomes available. Allows you to target an enemy faction's capital city. Okay, so you have target capital. Okay. You then choose between following either WAAAGH or Morg. Okay, they give specific bonuses depending on who you did decide to fight for. All owned armies will get additional mobs attached to them that will be filled with units up to the number of units in the primary army at that point. Ooh, that is sweet. So it basically doubles your army, right? Mobs will grow to their full potential over several turns. Okay. So it's a little bit like the mastery mechanics in the newer Warhammer, not Warhammer game, but the newer Total War games, where units master over time. Okay, why not? It's pretty cool that all armies get additional WAAAGH troops. That seems to be like super strong. But I'm not sure how difficult it gets. The call to WAAAGH is a saturation, okay? Success is achieved if the target capital is player occupied at the end of the call of WAAAGH duration or raised. WAAAGH mobs. These armies are available for use for the duration to call to WAAAGH and will disperse when it ends, okay? So it's like some mobs that are only part of a WAAAGH, of course. If a stronger foe was selected and defeated, the reward is greater. Okay, that's good. Trophies are flavored around different racial groups. Oh, that's pretty cool. Does it give like permanent bonuses after too? Or is it just like a buff or so? I'm not sure. It doesn't really say here yet. Okay. WAAAGH Confederation. Similar to Norska, if a greenskin faction is beaten in battle, his faction can be absorbed through Confederation. Oh, this is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Like, imagine you play like an Orc Lord and your goal is to unite all the Orc tribes to one huge mega tribe. Alternatively, the leader can be executed or released. Okay. WAAAGH Battle Ability Rework. Granting a variety of bonuses to their army, but the ability took too long to unlock in single player. In the multiplayer quick battles, it encouraged the opponent to snipe the Greenskin Lord. Okay. To address this, WAAAGH is now an army ability. Every entity engaged in melee combat generates WAAAGH points until the meter is filled and the ability is unlocked for use. The effects have changed from speed and charge buffs to bonus melee attack and damage, and immune to psychology effect. Oh yeah, that's like way better. And can I unlock this like every battle or so? In campaign, each legendary lord has their own unique WAAAGH ability that either increases one of the existing effects or adds an additional effect to the normal WAAAGH. Okay, that's also pretty cool. Greenskin Scrap. All Greenskin factions have access to a new resource called Scrap, reflecting their tendency to scavenge items from battles or settlements to inventively improve their gear. Okay, special technology nodes, upgrading units. Oh, I was hoping for some gear crafting like the Tomb Kings or Dwarf have, but it seems improve their gear. But I guess it's just a unit upgrade. Okay, unit upgrades. Each recruited Greenskin unit can access a new panel where they can benefit from one of several upgrade options. Still, it's pretty cool. Because depending on the situation you're going into, you can decide like maybe for, I guess, damage or more defense. We also looked at the Greenskin Legendary Lord's abilities and decided some of them needed some love. We added the following abilities to these characters. I love Legendary Lord, so let's see what we get. Grimgore, who's like one of the main orc leaders, best of the best. New defense ability when enemy characters are nearby. Okay. You're next. Targeted slow and debuff on enemy characters. Bloodforged armor. Magical explosion on himself that also grants Grimgore some armor for a short time. So he's basically like the super strong duelist, right? And I guess with this armor he can also escape situations where he's surrounded. WAAAGH, who is my favorite Orc Lord, because he also has access to magic, which is super unique for an Orc Lord because of his crown. WAAAGH's art armor, defensive buff for WAAAGH and allies nearby. Ooh, sweet. Slugger slashers, passive morale and offensive buff for WAAAGH and allies nearby. Okay, so he gets a lot of buffs for his allies, which is good. Skaar Sneak, please give him something new. Fermented fungi, targeted debuff on enemy that can cause rampage. Yeah, I'm not sure how good this is. We'll see. But really, so far, Skaar Sneak is a little bit... He doesn't really have many abilities if you play him. It feels like you just play a standard lord, more or less. Greenskin campaign balance changes. Grimgore adjustments to initial army placement and diplomacy to improve early game flow. Okay, so his army starts a little bit different, on a different position, I guess, and diplomacy. Yeah, I think we have to see that in-game. New abilities added to the skill tree. Ooh, that's cool. I'm looking forward. Ambush at Thundering Falls quest battles now rewards a Night Goblin Shaman instead of a Goblin Big Boss. Which is cool, cause you don't really need a fighter, you need some magic with him, right? And that gives you an early caster, which is pretty good. Okay, WAAAGH is now, what is this? Huh? WAAAGH is now leads a separate faction. Either my English sucks or this is not English. WAAAGH is now leader of a separate faction, the Bone Rattler, starting in Karak Angor, okay? That is pretty cool too. So he starts like next to the vampire counts in Kislev. Unique skill line and items have been revamped with new effects. Okay. Okay. Is this the items and skills they mentioned here or so? Or is there some other new stuff we don't know yet? The first part of his death magic line no longer requires the Crown of Sorcery to unlock. Ooh, okay. It's like you need the chrono sorcery to get his magic, which makes him like super unique. Now has suitable climate temperate, which is needed when he starts in the mountains, so that's pretty good for him. Although I have to admit I often play with a mod that allows me to colonize everything, but maybe I will turn this off. Diplomatic relation bonus with vampire confection has been improved to +40. Ooh, and now also applies to Arkan the Black. Okay, cool. So basically you get an Orc Lord that is homies with all the vampires. And also Arkan, although Arkan is quite far away. But with the vampire counts, that's pretty cool, because they start like next to you and they can team up. I think that is super nice for the campaign, because like one of the biggest issue in my opinion was that the Empire was so dominant, really. Since the Empire rework, they were so dominant. And now, and they also had dwarves as allies in Kislev, right? And now the vampires get maybe some support by WAAAGH. I'm not sure how it will turn out, but it sounds cool. And gains access to a new unique building in Nagashisar. I have no idea what Nagashisar is. That sounds like a Naga city, but there are no Nagas. Where the fuck is Nagashisar? Okay. WAAAGH, jungle and desert are now suitable. Ooh, that is sweet, okay. While Frozen is now uninhabitable. Huh, okay. Even WAAAGH's vigorous dancing can't make up for his lack of clothing. No! New unique skills, okay, I'm looking forward. Adjustment to initial army placement to improve early game flow. Okay, yeah, we will take a look on it in-game, of course. Skaar Sneak, adjustment to initial army placement to improve early game flow. Unique skills. Okay, so I hope he gets more than just the one skill mentioned earlier. And all factions, raiding camp stands no longer requires movement points to enter. Oh, this is pretty good too. Because with other factions you can only move like 50% or 25% or 75% of your range, whatever. This is pretty good. General bug fixes and improvements. Okay, quality of life changes. Rights that spawn agents now spawn the agent at the faction leader rather than the capital. Oh really? Was it at the capital? I didn't know, but it's way better for sure. Healing effects now display their total healing, or their healing per second. Okay. The fast forward. I really wish we would see the damage and the kills by army abilities. That's something that is missing. I think they haven't added it yet. But sometimes you use abilities and I really want to know how many kills are from my army abilities. The fast forward option now remembers its state between end turns. In between the fast forward. Okay, no, that's not what I wanted. I was hoping it would remember to fast unit movement between campaigns. That would have been amazing. But okay, it's at least something, right? Preset unit colors given to Lord and Hero unit variants in battle now display on the campaign too, okay? Confederated Lords will now skip directly to the final stage of their quest chains when they reach the required level for items. What? Will now... Okay, so you don't have to do the pre-quests. This should dramatically reduce the number of cases where quest chain would fail or become uncompletable due to differences in faction mechanics. Oh shit, I never really did Confederate often enough to experience that, but yeah. Mortal Empire map update, that's also quite interesting for me. Much of the territory previously belonging to the Red Fangs and Caracazul has been distributed to new factions, okay. New province, Marshes of Madness, with 2 new regions, Floating Village and Morkheim. Oh, this is cool. Where is this province? Marshes of Madness. Oh, where could it be? It's interesting, okay. It sounds like to be near the Empire also. The Strigos Empire has relocated to the new Marshes of Madness province. Ah, no. It's in the Badlands. Yeah. Because the Strigos Empire is in the Badlands. And I think, where did it start before? I think they started like in Araby, more or less. Okay, this is pretty cool. Its former holdings in Sundry, oh yeah, that's in Araby, are now occupied by the Top Knots. In addition, The master necromancer leading the faction has resolved his identity crisis and is now named Kedon. That is cool. Karak Asgal has now burned to the ground by the great dragon, Krog the Terrible, and now starts the campaign abandoned. Okay, cool. Karak 8 Pigs is now a tentled settlement. Okay, that's also good. 4 new Skaven factions have appeared in the old world. What? 4 new? Glen Vulcan? Oh, cool, that's one of the big tribes, right? Have emerged from their warrens beneath Fire Mountain and now control parts of the eastern Badlands, okay? Glen Ferric has claimed parts of Sufba province. Oh, we get like way more Skaven to see now, which is super good. Like the Skaven were a huge threat in all of the Warhammer world, right? And we had only a few Skaven starts, and now the Empire, like it's not so far from the Empire, Sufbar and so on, they will have to deal with some extra Skaven, I guess. Or also the vampires. Clan Spittle can be found in Fester Spike. Where is Fester Spike? The region of the Grey Mountains previously known as Grimhold. Okay. Yeah, they get definitely a few Skaven additions. Clan Creepers have been dispatched by their master, Clan Ashen, in pursuit of a curtain warpstone meteoroid. Oh, cool. But where do they start? The dwarves of Clan Helheim, exiled from their home in Dragonback Mountain, have headed to the Plane of Bones. Oh, cool. In the absence of its former rotund master, the Skullcrag tribe have claimed Misty Mountain as their capital. New landmarks. Fortress of WAAAGH, Tower of the Bloody Tooth, okay, Darkhold, yes, Graves of the Dragons, and more to find, okay, sweet. New region in wait, what, there's a new region too. New region, Northern World's Edge Mountain. Kara Krasiak, Kasit Ikulas has moved to Peak Pass province. 2 new regions added to Ivres, Shrine of WAAAGH and Tralinia, okay? The Shrine of WAAAGH. Ivres. Okay, yeah, because they add a new Ivres Lord, right? It makes sense that they add some new regions, because right now it's not empty there, but there's definitely room. New port region in Knobloch Country. Shattered Cove, okay? Dragon Isles, Dreadrock, Shattered Stone Isle, and Dragonfang Mount are all now port settlements. Oh, that's so good! That's the region where Malos Darkblade starts. And I did hate that only the small minor settlement where he directly starts is a port city, and all the others are on the land. It is so annoying, really, because you have like a black arc and you can only recruit it in this one settlement. If you lose it, you can not recruit any black arcs. And let's be honest, there should be more port settlements even, because there's like a small sea, and the Tomb Kings and so on who are on this side don't have a port either, so there should be even more ports in my opinion. Campaign balance changes for the High Elves take place, okay. +5 recruit rank now applies to Lawmasters and Archmages. Ooh, sweet. The Archmages is like, I think I heard like a new mage type who can cast all 8 School of Magics. Like that's more than Takeless, or pretty much Takeless in Minor, right? Diplomatic relation bonus now also applies to Wood Elves, Lizardmen, and Dwarves. Oh wait, okay, he got bonus with High Elves and Humans, I guess, right? Was it Humans? Oh, I don't remember. But Wood Elves, Lizardman, Dwarf is pretty cool. Especially Lizardman, because he starts like next to 2 major Lizardman factions, and he... Although, let's be real, usually Lizardmen and Takeless in my AI played campaigns always win, like Skaven Dark Elves, especially the Vampire Pirates never stand a chance. I really think the Vampire Pirates, what are they called? Oh, I don't even remember their name. Like, they are always dead before I meet them. Not just one of them, but usually all. They're way too weak. They need to be more, I don't know. They need some kind of boost when they are played by AI, obviously. Now receives minus 25% recruitment cost for Phoenixes and Swordmasters of Hoeth. Oh, praised be the gods! He gets so good Swordmasters of Hoeth, and now they're also cheaper. Now receives minus 25% billing cost for major related billings. Okay, also good. Take list now starts with a Lore Master hero in both Vortex. Lore Master, okay. Yeah, I have to admit, I don't really like the starting hero he has, because he's like a mage anyway. I would prefer some melee hero, but okay. I guess it makes sense that he gets a caster. I guess we can be glad that he starts with a hero at least. Teclis now starts at war with Glenfester in Mortal Empires campaign, okay? Yeah. I mean, you have to fight Glenfester basically anyway if you want your first province. So yeah, okay, a small change. Teclis Manifold Sorcery Skills is no longer faction-wide. Wait, what? Archmages have their own flavor of cost reduction. Okay. A small nerf, but not too bad, I guess. Elariel now receives a minus 25% cost reduction to intrigue at court actions. Ooh, this is pretty sweet. Elariel's Power of Nature bundle now grants 1 influence per turn for each region under its effect. Elariel's rights have been revamped, okay. Right of Lilith, minus 30% cooldown to all spells. Enables ability Channeling Spire. What does it do? And plus 50% magic item drop chance. Ooh. Invocation of Isha replaced by Great Invocation of Isha, which provides regeneration to all 3 spirit units in addition to existing effects. Wow, that is so good. I just hate 3 spirits, I have to admit, but still, it makes them so strong, really. It makes them really strong. Together with her passive, when Chaos Corruption is here, all 3 spirits get like huge armor buffs and whatsoever. High Elf Influence Rebalance. The Secure Influence Agent action now provides influence per turn for 5 turns rather than a single lump sum. Oh, that is cool. 5 turns. Ooh, this is pretty sweet. This is intended to make constant use of agent actions less necessary for optimal influence generation. Yeah, pretty nice. The Embassy Building now grants +2 influence per turn. That's also pretty cool. The Release Captives bundle now provides +1 influence per turn from armies on which it is active. Ooh, sweet. Most 60 cost influence traits have been rebalanced. Certain stackable campaign effects, notably Administrator and Entrepreneur, have their effects reduced. Yeah, it was a little bit cheesy, I did it too. While others, particularly characters only battle effects, have been strengthened. Yes, that is so good. I have to admit, I always only picked the campaign-wide effects, because they were like overpowered if you had several of them. But with them nerfing and strengthening the character ones, I'm really looking forward for this. Okay, this is +1 influence per turn effect on the Curse of the Phoenix King has been replaced by 10% cost reduction. Yeah, okay. Generic characters now never start the campaign with a negative influence trait. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Unit unlock changes. Spearmen and basic archers are now available from tier 1 of the main settlement chain. Yes! Spearmen, I think, were available before. Or was this still for overhaul? I'm not sure. But basic archers, yeah. Thank you, that's so good. That was definitely needed. Then Love and Seaguard, the unshielded variant. I have to admit I never built them. Are now additionally available from tier 3 Elven Colony buildings and tier 3 port. Okay, at least you get some. I mean, Love and Seaguards, I think they're good versus large units too, right? If I remember correctly. I have to admit I've never built them in a long time. Archers with light armor now available from tier 1 version of the barracks instead of tier 2. Okay. Yeah, makes also sense. Shadow War recruitment time reduced from 2 to 1. Wow, okay. That is sweet. The Gunnery White's Cackle Fruit skill no longer replaces. We are now at others, by the way. That's for the vampires. I call them vampires. I constantly keep forgetting their name. You know who I mean. No longer replaces bomb throw. You can have both. Ooh, this is pretty sweet. Because he basically throws like grenades, right? And now they deal more. Now you get more explosions, basically. Okay. Miners with blasting charge now count as melee units instead of missile units for bonuses. Okay, that's dwarven unit. Okay. I haven't played dwarf in years. I'm not sure how much that affects them. Blood Wedge armies now receive an army-wide frenzy. Oh, finally. Buff these armies. Really, the Blood Wedge armies were always so weak. That kinda calls for a Harganev playthrough. If Harganev is an AI faction, only the lord of a Blood Wedge army will be unbreakable, not the entire army. I've never seen an AI Blood army, I have to admit. I've never seen an AI Blood army. I didn't even know they can do this. So, okay. Channeling stance now requires less movement to enter. Okay. Angrim no longer grants 30% casualty replenishment for slayers in his army. This has been replaced by a unique passive, Journey's End, which prevents slayers from dying until they lose at least 50% of their HP. That is pretty good, right? So you don't lose any models until your whole troops HP is below 50%. That is like, okay, it's not so good after battle, right? Because you don't replenish like super crazy anymore, but it is way better in battle because you keep losing units way later, like after your units have like lost half of their HP. That is pretty good. Tier 3 Tomb King barracks now grant an additional +2 unit capacity for any Karen warriors. Okay, that's pretty good too, cause it was pretty low, the cap. Revenue's expansion skill for Skaven. Reduce faction-wide settlement income from... Okay, I don't know about this. Because I haven't played Skaven much lately. Battle balance changes. Contact effects and friendly fire. Stop me if you have heard this one before. You've recruited a fresh-faced group of chameleons kings to support your Soros push. Okay, yeah. The lines clash and the kings start volleying the enemy. Then you realize you've poisoned your own troops. Again, really, that could happen. Poison and other contact effects on ranged weapons have long been a double-edged sword. Oh, really? You could... I didn't even know that friendly fire was a thing. I wasn't aware. I mean, I was aware with siege weapons. I wasn't aware that this is a thing with archers too. Oh, shit. Okay. With this update, friendly fire will still cause damage, but will never inflict the effects on my own units. Okay. Except poison wind bombardiers, okay. I really didn't know about this one. Strata Rework. Strata has long been an estranged attribute, providing niche benefits. Yeah, I didn't like Strata, I have to admit. We've significantly expanded its behavior with this rework, okay? This unit ignores forest penalty if it is a large and water penalties if it is a small unit. Oh, that's like so minor. You often get like Strata buffs for certain units or like the flags, right? The standards with Strata buff, and it doesn't really make so much sense. New Strata. The unit ignores terrain, inflicting stat penalties. Okay. Units aren't slowed down by hills and other slopes. That is pretty cool. Units don't take a penalty for fighting uphill. That's also pretty cool. Units don't tire quicker when moving up slopes. Units can pass through trees. Ooh, could that make cavalry in trees suddenly super good? Okay, I think I like the new Strata way more. No matter if the moving through tree works on all units, but that's pretty cool. The Woodsman attribute is an offshot of the Strata attribute, okay? That only grants the ability to pass through trees. This attribute is available on all ground units belonging to the Wood Elves and Beastmen. Sweet. As well as these additional units, White Lands of Cress, Caress, no idea the pronounce, Adders of the White Lion on foot. I didn't know they were so mountain, so forest themed, but okay. Marcus Wolfhard, sweet. Although I would have preferred Strata on him, I have to admit. That's still sweet. Huntsman General on all Huntsmen, okay. And on the Ember Wizard. Okay. The Ember Wizard is like the lore of the Beast Wizard. Strata units now feel more snappy and responsive. Being able to rocket up the hills, yeah, that's pretty sweet. Let's see here. As part of reworking Strata, we also re-evaluated where it is available. It is now granted by certain ancillaries, and the following units now gain Strata. Holy crap, a whole bunch of units gets it. A lot of Norscan unit as far as I can see. A lot of Skaven units. A Vampire unit. Deathmaster Snitch gets it. Yeah. Mostly Clan Ashen units actually. Okay, volley, burst fire weapon, ammunition consumption, rework. Okay, that was often used by, you know, the elves with their siege weapons especially. Previously, if a unit was interrupted during a volley or burst fire attack, they would lose any remaining ammunition in that volley or burst. This was especially punishing for units like warp fire throwers and rattling guns. Oh, they had the same? Okay. These units will now correctly retain the ammunition. Okay, a small buff and a more properly working mechanic is always good, I assume. And there you see the effects, a lot of units. Organ gun I see, Hellblaster volley gun, the Doombringers, yeah. A lot of ranged units. Okay. So actually mostly archers, a few siege units, pistoliers, Ikiklo himself too. Splash damage calculation fixes. Yeah, this is just basically bug fixes. I'm not gonna read all the bug fixes, because I think we are mostly done here. Maybe the unit balancing could be interesting, but it's mostly bug fixes too, and some minor buffs as much as I see. Increasing some defense, offense, morale here and there. The coming of Chrome has prompted Alistair the White Lion to wield a flashy new axe that he actually had the entire time, but Simple didn't tell anyone about. Okay, so we basically get a new legend, epic, legendary, whatever it's calling game item, I assume. Like we saw him on the axe all the time, but now he actually has an item responding to it. Before he only had like an armor, so that was epic. I think he even started with it. I don't remember how to recruit Alistair the White Lion. Oh, there was like some mechanic, right? I think it was with influencers, so I don't remember. That some balance changes with cost increasing, decreasing, whatever. Yeah, it's just some balance changes, nothing too big here it seems. Charybdis has more HP and is cheaper. Yeah, that's mostly minor stuff. Or for multiplayer too. So it doesn't affect too much in single player then. High Elf Mages, new laws of magic. Added new spell lore option for High Elf Mages. Beast, Death, Fire and Metal. So High Elves have basically access to all kind of magic now. Which makes sense, like they are masters of all magic. Fire Magician has a Sun Dragon mount, which no other mages get. What? Sun Dragon? Like, do they become suddenly also super powerful immediately? Because like a Sun Dragon is powerful. Oh, that could be so cool. And all mages now have preset colors that match their associated lore, which is also nice. That gives a distinct difference between certain mages. But I really like the Sun Dragon mount. That could be really amazing. Added a white lion chariot mount for Alistair the White Lion. I hate chariots, but okay, it's always good to have an extra option. Added an arcane phoenix mount for Telus. Praised be the gods. That is so cool. I like phoenixes, and Telus had really boring mount options. Now he had his, what did he had? Oh, I don't even remember. It was nothing crazy, right? Was it like a horse or an eagle or so? I don't remember. It is a griffin mount for both the prince and the princesses. Okay, it's not a dragon, but it's okay. No longer gain martial prowess when mounted on a great eagle. Ah, yeah, that's the trade-off. But like I said, I'm really not a fan of a great eagle anyway. Princes and handmaidens can now fire on the move. Whoa! Handmaidens and princesses too. Okay, but handmaidens, fuck. They're one of my favorite hero units. And now they can fire while moving. 360 degree, that is so cool. And now I definitely want them on foot. Great Eagle Mount costs increase. Okay, Tyrion, replace martial prowess with martial mastery. Ooh, sweet. It becomes even better. Or was mastery the weaker option? Wait, I'm not entirely sure right now. We'll see. Some minor changes here and there. Plague minus. I try to see anything crazy to mention, but that's just some minor balance changes like we see in every patch basically. You see, if a unit gets one or more less melee attack power, it's not like super noteworthy. Spells and abilities, projectile spells, damage reliability. Oh yeah, please, hopefully. I haven't read it yet. I hope it buffs them, because right now, when you cast projectile abilities, they often miss, or yeah, really, they miss sometimes even, and do so few and little damage. Previously, these abilities had a hidden rule which prevented them from causing friendly fire for the first 2 seconds of their lifetime, and shrunk them for the first 3 seconds of their lifetime. Okay. Both of these rules have been removed, as they were unintentional. The net result is that the following abilities should feel more reliable when cast at short ranges, with moderate increase to the size of their projectiles. Okay. Doesn't sound like crazy buff, but definitely better. Summoning spells army capacity limit. Previously, some summoning spells could not be cast if the army was already at its 20 unit cap. This was inconsistently rolled out and negatively impacted the gameplay. This cap has now been removed, and all summoned spells can be recast regardless. That's also pretty good. I didn't really know about this, but it's definitely good. Let's see here if there's anything new. Abilities, existing ability changes. Boris, Thoughtbringers, Crush the Weak. -4 leadership effect reduced, okay. Yeah, not anything crazy. Proving Ground, better changes. We recently ran an experimental beta called the Proving Grounds. I really like this new beta, because it changes the gameplay quite a bit and also makes it, you get basically less gold and everything costs more, but armies don't cost additional upkeep per additional army, which is quite nice. Malus AI Confederation, frequency reduced, frequency for AI to use offer to join war reduced. Okay. AI vampire counts are now using basic strategic behavior instead of defensive behavior. Oh, okay, that is good. I wasn't aware that they use defensive behavior. Auto-resolve a specific system, maybe that's why they were so weak, really. I always saw the vampire counts get stomped by the Empire, maybe because they played too defensively. I would even like them a little bit aggressive, actually. Auto-resolve bonus against minor factions adjusted for greenskin, dark elves, cavemen, and vampires. Okay. I didn't know that you have a different resolve chance against minor factions. Skaven AI unit recruitment and construction improved. That's always good to hear. Updates AI victory regions. I don't. Okay, yeah, not interesting. And diplomacy changes. The vampire count started war with Stirland. Weren't you at war with like the Tempelhof guys at start? Schwarzhafen starts at war with Averland. Okay. Removed war between Etain and Kotik in Mortal Empires. Yeah, that's like 2 minor factions. Reduce confederation likeness for greenskins through diplomacy, as they have their new Norscan style confederation option. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, I'm really looking forward for this update. It will be released in like 4 or 5 hours. Then we will take a look on all the new unique lords and also about the changes of all the orc lords. And I hope to see you soon. Take care, guys.